for you, how did you get into narrating books? Because I I didn't want to do AI. I knew that that was an option. That was
Mhm.
the least expensive sort of option, but I felt like my book deserved a real voice, not some, artificial voice.
Right.
Um, and I love the element of humanity, if you will, that
Mhm.
you do bring to the book with, the different voices, which is amazing, and the passion that you bring to that. And what made you decide that you wanted to do this? Because it's an incredible thing that you do.
Thank you so much. It's funny because honestly, for a very long, when I was a kid, I always loved making voices. I would make up little stories in my head, and I'm not a writer though, so I just put it into different voices. And I didn't really realize until recently that I should be probably making, doing something with it, because it's one of those things where like that's not going to happen. It's such a big thing to do. Like writing. You just kind of look at it like, this is probably like a pipe dream, but I actually went. This is a quick little backstory. When I did I can't think right now. Wow, words are not here. Uh, I did a background job on a TV show a couple months ago, just for fun. And I met this other actor, and he told me that he was on ACX, and he told me that he does a lot of voice acting. And I said, how do you get onto that? I've been wanting to do it for years. And he told me about ACX, and he said it's really easy. And he was telling me all about it and all the authors he's worked with. And when I got onto the site and saw all the, everybody on there is, freelancer or indie writer or, not a big
Pretty
name.
much.
And I like that everybody was kind of collaborative and everybody was kind of in the same boat of not being, we're professionals, but we're not, big names. And I thought, it's a good place to jump off at with narrating because you get kind of the good practice. It's hard. I think it's one of the harder aspects of voice acting, not me just saying that because I'm a narrator, but it's, I think it takes a lot more. You have to still have the diction. You still have to say every single word as it's written out. You can't kind of give it your own spin sometimes because you want to write what the author wrote. But I love books. I've always loved reading. I'm a huge reader. And so I thought, why not put that into the same thing, mush them together, reading and narrating.
So, um, so you hadn't been doing it that long before I was lucky enough to find you.
Yeah. No, I've only really been doing this for about a year and a half, maybe not
Oh,
even, a little over a year. And so when I'd only done, I don't even know how many I'd done before I was lucky enough to get your message. I think I maybe had done like 4 or 5 before I got you. And it was really, honestly, this is not me just blowing smoke. Honestly, your books helped me develop more voices because there were a lot of things that I was afraid to do before. I didn't really like narrating men because I thought it sounded weird. I thought it sounded silly. And the fact that you like the characters, and I had other authors who were like, oh, no, 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 you have to do it that way because you're a woman, you're not a man, so it's going to sound a little off, but it's not going to be bad. And I've been very fortunate to work with very, very nice authors who have just been, very easy to talk to, very easy to work with.